So in Italy, we don't celebrate Halloween. It's not an official holiday, and most people, especially the older people, don't know what Halloween even is. But the younger generations, because they consume so much American media, they want to celebrate it, and so they get all dressed and they go around trick-or-treating. But what happens, or at least what used to happen when I was younger, is that you go around trick-or-treating and 8 out of 10 times nobody opens their door, or like they see you through their window and they completely ignore you. And the very small percentage that does open their door, they don't have candy at their home, so they give you like coins or random old pastries that they find in their cabinets. And it was super frustrating. And my friends, I remember they would come on my parents' restaurant and take random things like eggs or flour and throw it at people's doorbells every time that they would ignore us or they just wouldn't open the door. And in retrospect, I feel really bad about that because I would hate if someone did that to my home. But we didn't know better. We were like 6 and unsupervised. These are my Halloween memories, and being here in Canada where every house is decorated for Halloween is like the biggest culture shock for me. I love it. It's my favorite season. But what we do have is Carnival, which is in February, and it's basically the Italian version of Halloween, I guess, except we don't dress as scary things, but we dress as happy things. And another holiday that you guys don't have here is called Befana, or like Epiphany, I think, in English. And the Befana is basically this old scary lady that goes around on a broom, and on the 7th of January, if you've been a good kid, she brings you a stocking full of candy, but if you've been a bad kid, she brings you a stocking full of coal. For today's video, we are going to be doing another food video because I've accepted that my channel is a food channel and all you guys want to see is food, and I love eating, so it's a perfect combination. So I've had this idea that today I would be trying and rating Italian American dishes, which is this category of foods that people here in Canada and in the US seem to think that Italians eat. Like, most famous example is fettuccine alfredo, but in reality in Italy we don't eat those things. Like, I'm pretty sure no Italian in Italy has ever heard of fettuccine alfredo. Like last time, we're gonna be making a list. So first thing, we're doing fettuccine alfredo, of course, but I thought that I would make it even more American and add chicken to it. Number 2, we're doing another popular one, which is chicken parmesan. Number 3, spaghetti with meatballs. To be honest, I think somewhere in Italy people eat spaghetti with meatballs, like in some region, but everybody seems to think that it's like the main thing that every Italian eats, but no. Like, I don't think I've ever had spaghetti with meatballs before. 4, we're gonna do garlic bread. 5, we're gonna do calamari, but with a dipping sauce. We have calamari in Italy, but we don't use dipping sauces. Number 6 is Italian dressing. Number 7 is Italian wedding soup. Can I please have chicken parm with a side of fettuccine alfredo?
Yeah, with the ham or no ham?
Actually, can I add chicken to that instead of ham?
So you want chicken parm with fettuccine alfredo and add chicken to the fettuccine alfredo?
Yeah, is that possible?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. While we wait for the food to be ready, I'm gonna just take the chance to thank today's sponsor, which is Native. I chose 3 deodorants from their website and I've been using them for the past 2 weeks and I'm obsessed with them. Not only they're non-sticky and they dry quickly, so they're perfect when you're on the go, but they're also aluminium free, paraben free, vegan and cruelty free. They last all day with their 72-hour odor protection, and the 3 scents I chose are buttercream and French vanilla, which is my absolute favorite. You literally smell like a cupcake the whole day. And then I have lilac and white tea and lavender and rose, which are very floral and light scents. Native also offers plastic-free version of all their deodorants. Native is also celebrating fall with a limited edition cabin collection featuring autumn scents. Besides deodorants, they also sell amazing body wash and toothpaste. 3 deodorants cost $39, but with my code rositamaioinc and my link, you can get them for $26, which is more than 33% off. And with my code, you can also get 20% off toothpaste and body washes. So thank you so much, Native, for sponsoring today's video. And now let's go pick up our food. This is exactly what a non-authentic Italian restaurant looks like. It's like a whole bunch of Italian flags and the random name with Mamma in it. Yeah, very typical Canadian Italian restaurant, which is perfect for the challenge. We got all of our foods. For 5 dishes, I only paid $47, which is actually a really good price. The Italian restaurant where I used to work, actually I'm still working there 1 day a week. Every time someone comes and order fettuccine alfredo or asks for a dipping sauce for their calamari, my boss is like, oh, it's another manja cake. So manja cake is a term that is used here by Canadian Italian people, and it means cake eaters, and I'm still not sure what exactly it means. Okay, let's open everything up. I have a nail appointment in 1 hour. I'm getting my nails done for the very first time in my life. Okay, so we have the chicken parm with a side of fettuccine alfredo with chicken, the calamari, which are looking a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie, and a side of marinara sauce, spaghetti with meatballs, and garlic bread. So I'm gonna start with the fettuccine alfredo. It's just pasta with cheese sauce, so what's there not to like? Then when you eat it with the chicken, let's try it. Pasta with chicken should not be a thing. I don't know why it's so popular here. If you go to Italy, you will never ever find chicken in a pasta or in a pizza. Like, that's just a crime. That's like a 2 out of 10 for me. The pasta with chicken is like the worst combination I've ever had in my whole life. I'm so sorry for all the people that like it, but I don't understand it. I'm having lots of anxiety because this squirrel right here has been staring at me for the past 20 minutes, and I feel like he's gonna ambush me and steal all my food. Are you gonna do that? Next we're gonna try garlic bread. Yeah, this is a 10 out of 10. I love garlic bread. It's like the best invention ever, but you'll never find this in Italy as well. Okay, let's try the calamari with the dipping sauce. They're like really dark. I'm used to seeing them a very bright yellow color, so I think they have some spices on them. I love dipping sauces. I said it in my last video. Dipping the calamari in the sauce adds that little something to it, but these calamari are like garbage, I'm sorry. Like, not crunchy at all, and I don't know if it's because it's freezing outside right now, but even the taste, I don't like it. Okay, next we're gonna do chicken parm, which is breaded chicken, tomato sauce, and mozzarella cheese. Oh my god. I remember at my workplace, some people would come in and order that chicken parmesan or like veal parmesan, which is the same thing but with veal, and I would be so jealous because it looked so good and I could never eat it because we weren't allowed to have that as a staff meal because they wouldn't charge us for meals. So usually we could choose between pastas or salads, and I've always wanted to try it, and I tried it now and it's really really good. I love it, and it's a 10 out of 10. Last thing is spaghetti with meatballs. That's a 9 out of 10. It's really good. So I got my nails done hoping that they would make me feel more confident, and instead I got a new insecurity that I didn't need. So this is the picture that I showed her, and these are the nails. They're actually pretty accurate. I would say like she did a pretty good job, but I just never realized how big my hands are. I thought they were gonna look all cute and dainty, but they just give me chicken feet vibes. Today we have to try Italian dressing and Italian wedding soup, so let's go buy the ingredients. For the soup, I could just buy the canned one, but I feel like I'm not even giving it a chance if I buy this because I'm gonna hate it. So I'm gonna buy all the ingredients and make it myself. So I got my salad and the Italian dressing, and I was assuming that the Italian dressing was gonna be olive oil, vinegar, salt, pepper, and maybe some like spices, but this thing is red. Let's read it. Water, canola oil, vinegar, salt, onion, red bell peppers, shallot, garlic. What? Yeah, this is not Italian. I have no idea why this is called Italian dressing because I can guarantee you nobody in Italy dresses their salads with this thing. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt and try it out because maybe it does taste good. Oh, that's a 0 out of 10 for me. I would never have this again. It just tastes kind of like tomato, which doesn't make any sense because it doesn't have tomatoes in it. I think it's the red pepper. I also got some sour, big, chewy nerds. So, let me talk to you about the biggest struggle of my life. I am the most indecisive person on earth. I literally can't make one decision to save my life, from the smallest things to the biggest things. Example, I have to buy a winter coat, and I've been trying to decide which color to get for like months, and I can't decide the color. And what usually happens is I finally decide on a color and on a style, I buy it, and then after a day I'm like, no, I think I made the wrong choice, I don't like it. So I go and return it and get myself a new one. And then the same exact thing happens, I don't like it either. But then I feel like I can't return it now because I already did one return, so I'm gonna keep it. And I will be unsatisfied with this coat that I spent $1,000 on for the next 5 years. This is what happened with my last coat, and this is what probably is gonna happen with my next coat. Another stupid example, which is actually not stupid because I fear for my life when that happened, is I'll be driving and there's a traffic light and it goes yellow. And I'm going pretty fast, but I'm still far enough to do a safe stop. But I can't make a decision, so I'm like, should I go or should I stop? Should I go or should I stop? And then last minute, right before the traffic light, I stop. And like you can hear my brakes from outside, like they go like, ee. This is to tell you that I can't make any decision for myself. I'm super indecisive and I hate that about me. And now I find myself having to make probably the biggest decision of my life. One of this decision, as many of you guys ask, is am I gonna move back to Italy or am I gonna stay here? This is a really hard choice, besides a lot of people thinking that it's an obvious one. I feel like I'm constantly living in a limbo, like I'm dating two guys. That's what it feels like. I'm dating Italy and I'm dating Canada at the same time, and I can't choose between one of them because I love them both. And so when my ex-boyfriend and I broke up last month, it was a very black and white situation, and the decision was already made for me. I was going to move back to Italy. I literally told everyone in Italy that I was gonna get my things, my rabbits, and move back. Like right now, I should be back in Italy. And then I came back here and it wasn't so black and white anymore. Even though I was so sure that it was the right thing to do, we saw each other again. The love was still there and the attraction was still there. You can imagine what happened. So now I'm even more confused because not only I don't know if I want to move back home or stay here, now I don't know if I want to get back together with my ex or just start over again. Nobody ever prepared me for how hard it is to end a long-term relationship. Me and him had been knowing for the past year that our relationship was not going anywhere, and we both knew that it was going to end. It was just a matter of when and how. And so we both had enough time to prepare ourselves for what was going to happen, and yet when it happened, it was the most painful shit ever. My ex is really trying to fix things between us. Part of me is telling me I am never going to be able to recreate that bond that I have with my ex-boyfriend with someone else. Like, we are literally each other's best friends. What if I start dating someone new and we spend like 6 months together and then it turns out to be another waste of time? And then what if after that I date another guy for a few months and it's another waste of time? I can't find the right person for me, so I'm just gonna die alone. And I'm thinking, what's the point of having learned so many lessons in the past 5 years and just start fresh and use all of these hard learned lessons with somebody else when we can just use them with each other? Then the other part of me is telling me that I need to let go and that I will find someone that will never put himself in a position to lose me to begin with. And so yeah, the past month I've been spending going to therapy, just cutting off social media as much as I can, just trying to take the time and understand what the best decision for me is. But this month didn't accomplish anything. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life yet. Very big reason why I was dreading to film this video is because people were asking me about this situation and I have to explain it to you. So I think the best thing from now on is to just film my YouTube videos and keep my dating life private. Relationships are super complicated, and having to read other people's opinions on the matter makes it even more messy and confusing for me. Anyways, let's go back to the apartment and cook the soup. try this. I have never had soup with spinach before. If I have to judge it by looks, it looks really good. I feel like the only reason why this is called Italian wedding soup is because it has meatballs in it. But I've never had anything like this in Italy before. Actually, I have in Moldova, where my grandma's from. So maybe they should call this Moldovan wedding. That's really good. I claim this as Italian. Okay, I give this an 8 out of 10 just because I've had better soups in my life before, but this is really good. It's simple, but very flavorful. So how's my Italian wedding soup?
10 out of 10.